let's explore the castle. So, I was interrupted by the oil, or sorry, the furnace. Ooh. What?
Dead end.
Yep, dead end. Someone messaged me on Facebook. I'm not going to answer it though, because that would be rude. As I said, or as I was trying to say, I am a bit of a completionist, so I like to get things done in the room before going out of the room, which is why I got that menu pretty early. I like to get everything done.
I've hit the wall.
Yes, you've hit the wall. Do 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 do. Type 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 type. Wow. Is that Marie Antoinette? That's right, everyone. I said Marie Antoinette. This game is about the French Revolution. And another dead end.
This one goes nowhere.
Well, die, Nancy Drew. Alright, alright. Let's see. What time is it? Noon. It is lunchtime. Because she would not be in her room if it was midnight. Oops, did I just spoil it? Alrighty, let's go over here. Observe the area. No one's in the chairs. There's someone in that chair though. Ooh, there's fire. Let's check if there are any books we can read. There's one over here. That's book 2. This is book 1. Major figures and events of the French Revolution. Are there multiple pages? It looks like. Just the 2. Okay. I'll read the 2 pages and then we'll talk to that woman there. Marie Antoinette, born in Vienna, Austria on November 2nd, 1755. She was the youngest daughter of Francis I and Maria Theresa, Emperor and Empress of the Holy Roman Empire. In 1770, as a young teenager, she was obliged to wed Louis XVI of France to symbolize an alliance between France and her parents' dynasty, the Habsburgs of Austria. 4 years later, Marie Antoinette became Queen of France when her husband was crowned King Louis XVI. As queen, her lavish lifestyle made her unpopular. While the commoners stood in bread lines praying for food, they cursed the queen who was living so comfortably in her grand palace. The people's discontent grew and grew until a full-scale revolution broke out in 1789. In 1791, it looked like the monarchy would not survive, and Marie sought assistance from other European rulers. It was arranged for the king and queen to escape Paris on the night of June 20th, but revolutionary forces apprehended the royal couple at Verrières on June 25th and escorted them back to Paris as prisoners. On August 10th, 1792, the monarchy was finally overthrown. Marie Antoinette spent the rest of her life in Parisian prisons. Louis XVI was executed on orders from the National Convention in January 1793. And in August, the Queen was put in solitary confinement in the conciergerie? I've never heard of that one. Marie Antoinette was brought before the Revolutionary Tribunal on October 14, 1793, and guillotined 2 days later. See next page. She was executed without proof of the crimes for which she was accused. Aww. No proof? That's disappointing. Alright, so what's this over here? The guillotine. It is uncertain who actually invented the guillotine, but we do know that it was named after Dr. Joseph Guillotin, who recommended its use to the National Assembly in France in 1789 as the most humane and efficient form of capital punishment. Most humane? It is also the most disgusting thing ever. A guillotine is similar to this one was used to behead thousands, including Marie Antoinette, during the French Revolution. Why am I not surprised? See, there's a bucket, there's the lunette, shield, bascule, déclic, grooves, mouton, and crossbar. There's the blade. And I think that's where the person, the person rests their chest on. Their head pokes through that little hole, and down comes the saw, and the head tumbles in that basket. And the shield is there to protect the blood from spewing everywhere. Yeah. I actually know about the guillotine pretty well. So before we read book 2, let's talk to this woman over here.
Hi, I'm Lisa. Did you hear what happened? Someone broke into the library and vandalized it. Dexter locked it up. He's saying the culprit must be one of us in the castle.
What?
Can you believe it?
I didn't hear about the library. Do you know what happened?
I haven't the faintest. I mean, who would want to mess with a bunch of dusty old books?
I would.
Anyway, it's all locked up now. So, maybe we'll never know. Too bad, huh? I'm dying to see what they did to it. Don't quote me on this, but I think Dexter has an extra key to the library somewhere around his desk.
Wouldn't surprise me. Because how would he lock it up?
I guess you've really got your finger on the pulse around here. Any other castle scandal I should know about?
Oh, we got scandal, honey. Professor Hotchkiss is claiming she's been robbed, for one thing. But the real scandal is downstairs. His name is Jacques Brunet.
What's the scandal with Jacques Brunet?
Va-va-voom. Scandalous cuteness,
Oh,
of course.
brother.
Didn't you watch the last Winter Olympics? He's France's big cheese of skiing. He holds the record for the 500-meter slalom, but he totally choked at the games.
Slalom,
I
baby,
guess he's
slalom.
washed up now. But at least his looks haven't gone down the tubes.
So who's Professor
Right.
Hotchkiss?
Oh my gosh! Wait till you hear this! Hotchkiss is this nutty old woman who's always typing and talking to herself in her room. I was walking past her door earlier, and I heard her screaming that her room had been robbed.
You said she's a professor. Do you know what she teaches?
I'm really not sure. She just kept wailing, "My theory, my theory!" I think she teaches history, or maybe a foreign language. I thought I heard a couple of French words pop out of her mouth. But don't quote me on that either. I only barely passed Spanish in high school.
She could be a professor of French history. That's a
Habla
possibility.
español?
Hardly. I'm just a humble photojournalist covering weird old mansions in the Midwest, and this place is one of the weirdest. Did you know Ezra Wickford, the original owner, shut himself away in here for like 50 years?
Wow.
I wonder why he was so antisocial.
Creepy, right? I mean, did we stumble onto the set of As the Castle Turns or what? Well, you probably want to get settled. I wonder what we're gonna do with ourselves while we're all cooped up in this place.
I'll let you get back to your magazine.
Stay warm.
One thing you should know, never trust a photojournalist. Unless it's Emily. Book 2. The Storming of the Bastille. On July 14, 1789, an angry Parisian mob stormed and captured the old royal prison known as the Bastille. The mob was looking for weapons and ammunition. The governor was killed. The 7 inmates, none of them political prisoners, were freed. After the prison was overthrown, its thick walls were torn down. When told what had taken place, King Louis XVI exclaimed, "Why, this is a revolt!" "No, sire," was the reply. "It is a revolution." And indeed, the first outbreak of violence marked the true beginning of the revolution. After July 14th, there was no going back. The mob who participated in the takeover later became known as Les Vainqueurs de la Bastille. Bastille. Sorry. This is French, not Spanish. Jean Leboeuf. Leboeuf? Hey, doesn't Shia have the same last name? Which means the beef. 1768-1812. Born to peasant farmers, Jean Leboeuf became one of the commanders of the French Revolutionary Army at the age of 22. Wow. He is best known for foiling Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette's attempt to escape Paris in June 1791. After hearing rumors of their planned escape, Leboeuf organized troops to intercept the fleeing royal couple. The king and queen were captured at Varennes and escorted back to Paris as prisoners. The monarchy was finally overthrown less than 14 months later. Leboeuf later became a general under Napoleon Bonaparte and a member of the new French aristocracy. He amassed great wealth and built a beautiful chateau that became known throughout the French upper class for its splendid library. Leboeuf died in the War of 1812. Ironically, the great general was not killed by enemy soldiers, but by food poisoning that resulted from eating a can of rancid beef. How ironic. Leboeuf got killed by the beef. The chateau remained in his name until the 1920s, when his then impoverished family was forced to sell off his estate. Aww. Alright. And I think you can talk to this dude.
Hello, Miss Drew. Did you get squared away
Ouch.
upstairs?
All square. I just need a stamp to send this letter, and then I'll be off to explore the castle.
Well, I can take your letter, but the mail's not going anywhere for a while. It's snowing like there's no tomorrow out
Right.
there. So explore all you want. Take the grand tour. But forget about the library. It's off limits.
Library?
Off limits?
Someone vandalized our historic library. Really turned the place upside down. The owner, Miss Lane, she's gonna be pretty upset.
I bet. I know I would be.
Why would anyone want to vandalize the library?
I have no idea. I straightened up in there before check-in yesterday and everything was fine. Now it looks like a bomb went off. Books everywhere and somebody hacked a big hole in one of the walls. I locked the place up and called the police, but who knows when they'll be able to get
Right?
here.
Because of the storm.
The police? Was anything stolen?
I can't tell, but somebody's definitely after something.
What else has gone wrong?
Well, this Professor Hotchkiss just called me in a terrible flap, saying our room's been robbed. I went up there, but she wouldn't open the door to talk about it. Wouldn't even tell me what was missing. So what's she want me to do about it?
What strange behavior. I'm curious. I wonder if she might open the door to talk to me.
I bet.
Well, Hotchkiss has a pair of ski boots in the basement. The Frenchman's been working on them for her, but he won't deliver them. Says he's a ski instructor, not a bellhop. I hate to ask this, but if you could grab those boots and bring them up to her, it might smooth her feathers. Sure would smooth mine.
Okay. See ya, Mr. Egan.
Goodbye.
I wonder. Well, I wonder, well, ooh. What's in the Wonder Ball? Yeah, those Wonder Balls. Oh my gosh, I remember having those. They were so much fun. There's the library doors.
locked.
They're locked.
It's locked.
And I will actually use that elevator in a second. I want to see what's over here. Is that an outline? That looks like an outline. Dude, guys, I think this is a door. And there's nothing over here. Alright, well. I do want to show you guys something before we go into that elevator. Do 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 do. It's dark.
It's too dark. I should take the elevator. It's too dark. I should take the elevator.
Yes, we will.